I was senior minister for 15 years. Our senior minister, current senior minister, Lori Irwin Johnson, is joining us here today. She's online with us, and it's a special treat for me also to welcome Stefan Plummer. Stefan, I have a practice when I've dealt with musicians, and I'm trying to describe what I'm talking about today. I've uh, I'll usually tell them, it would be this kind of song. It's a song that maybe they would know, and it would go along this way. And Stefan has learned several songs for me that way. I just appreciate working with Stefan, and I'm glad she's here today. We're gonna start off with music. Thank you, Stefan, for being here.
You're welcome. It's a pleasure to be here. Can everybody hear me okay? Can you hear me okay, David?
I can, yes.
Okay, I'm on my phone today. I apologize. My computer went off on its own thing, as sometimes, these things happen, right? But it's a new computer and I haven't had that problem before. But I think I'm just supposed to be here on my phone today, so I hope it works out. So this is a song all about gratitude, which I know is what the talk is about. So gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. Oh, I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. Let's sing that one more time. Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful.
Let's allow this moment to expand as we turn within and breathe into the awareness of all that we have working for us and all that we have available to us and all that we experience. And simply find the ability to be grateful for that. As we open this service today, we do it with the prayer for protection. If you know the prayer for protection, please join me. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is.
And as well.
And so it is.
So it is.
Victoria, do you have some announcements for us today?
Well, I certainly do, and I'm so grateful that you are here with us today, David, for our gratitude service, and Stefan as well. And I'm going to deviate a little bit on announcements today because I too am very grateful. You might note that my face is a little bit different today, and that's because I did a trip and fall and had a fight with the driveway, and it won. That was on Wednesday, and I'm doing very much better. And nothing, absolutely nothing was broken. No loose teeth even. I fell on my lower face. My glasses didn't even come off my face. But the thing that I am so grateful for is that I'm down on the sidewalk, and they say anyone over 50 who falls should not get up right away. It takes a little while to get your equilibrium around, particularly if you smack your face or your head. So I listened to myself and I stayed down there. And then I thought, I'm going to have trouble getting up because I've had that problem before. So I thought I should start waving my arm in the air. And lo and behold, two cars came by going opposite directions. And they both turned around and came back to my rescue. And one of them was a Tacoma Power worker in his bright lime green vest, and the other was a local caregiver. Two most perfect people that I could have ever asked for. They got me in the house and got me settled, and it was absolutely wonderful, and I am so grateful. And I'm not going to say what I was doing, but I was doing a random act of kindness, and just because I felt like it, and then I fell. And the rewards are that kindness and love win out. And that's what we've been talking about, all faith in action. And I am living proof and moving forward and doing great. And so that's enough about me, but that's not enough about the power of love and kindness that we take into action every day in our lives. So there's my 2 cents. So today is Gratitude Sunday, and there we have it. On Sunday, November 30th, we will be beginning Advent, and starting the whole Christmas season. We'll be using the Unity Advent booklet, which is called With Love at Christmas. We are going to use parts of it every service during the Advent series, to help us center ourselves in the Spirit each day. We'll be exploring love in all different ways and forms, and you'll be invited to celebrate the divine love born in us all by reading the book. The book is available either online as a download, or it's available in paper form. It's daily devotional readings, Sunday essays on Advent themes of hope and faith, peace, love, and joy. There'll be a special Christmas Eve and Christmas Day readings in that book, and more messages through the 12 days of Christmas to Epiphany. You can go to the website at www.unity.org/en/Advent to download or order your paper copy from Unity headquarters. Unity headquarters, www.unity.org. December 6th is going to be our December first Saturday of the month, Sandwich Saturday, where we'll be making our 100 sack lunches to feed the homeless. We are taking them to the Kingfisher Tiny House Village, at 84th and Hosmer. And we will also be donating any clothes we collect or warm gear when we go there as well on December 6th. So that's 11 o'clock in the morning on December 6th, Saturday at 5400 and South Tacoma Way in Tacoma. On December 13th, we're going to be having a celebration in art brunch person to person. And if you're interested, you can contact us further to find out more. And that's basically all I have for right now, but maybe that's plenty.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Victoria.
You're welcome.
Stefan, will you bless us with another song?
I will bless you with another song. Are you all able to hear me okay on my phone?
I can, yes.
I think my computer's coming back up, so maybe the next song, maybe it'll be, but anyway, I learned this song for David, and it's my first time trying it, so other than practicing it, so please bear with me, but it's an awesome song, so I'm glad that I got a chance to learn it. Here we go. I took off for a weekend last month just to try to recall the whole year. All of the faces and all of the places, wondering where they had all disappeared. I didn't ponder the question too long. I was hungry and went out for a bite. Ran into a chum with a bottle of rum, and we wound up drinking all night. It's those changes in latitudes, changes in attitudes, nothing remains quite the same. With all of our running and all of our gunning, if we couldn't laugh, we would all go insane. Reading departure signs in some big airport reminds me of the places I've been. Visions of good times that brought so much pleasure makes me want to go back again. If it suddenly ended tomorrow, I could somehow adjust to the fall. Good times and riches and son of a bitches, I've seen more than I can recall. It's those changes in latitudes, changes in attitudes, nothing remains quite the same. All through the islands and all of the highlands, if we couldn't laugh, we would all go insane. I think about Paris when I'm high on red wine. I wish I could jump on a plane. So many nights I just dreamed of the ocean. God, I wish I was sailing again. Oh, yesterday's over my shoulder, so I can't look back for too long. There's just too much to see waiting in front of me, and I know that I just can't go wrong. It's those changes in latitude, changes in attitude, nothing remains quite the same. With all of our running and all of our gunning, if we couldn't laugh, we would all go insane. If we couldn't laugh, we would all go insane. If we weren't all crazy, we'd all go insane.
Thank you so much, Stefan, for learning that song and for playing it today. My message title today is Changes in Gratitude. And I probably should have told you that early on. And I got the idea for the message from that song. Now I may have a problem as a minister. I was ordained more than 20 years ago, and there is always a chance that I've already used that title, Changes in Gratitude. And if I have, I don't remember. Uh, but this message for me every year, I've focused on the topic of gratitude as we go into Thanksgiving, but gratitude as being a tool for transformation. Gratitude is many things. It's an emotion that we feel when someone's done something for us, but not everyone feels it at the same time or in the same way. Sometimes I can say thank you, and what I'm really doing is expressing the gratitude that's in my heart. But I can also say thank you because that's what I'm supposed to say in that situation. We do it from different points of view. But what we do when we access that gratitude is which we change our mental attitude. We do have that change. Stefan learned that song from me. It's a little pushy for songs to play with the church, but those changes in latitude is what the songwriter is referring to. So he needs to move. He needs to get away from where he is to a different spot, and it completely changes his own outlook on life. Well, you can have that without the physical changes. You can create that for yourself, and that's what a lot of our work in personal growth is really about. The line in that song says, "Nothing remains quite the same." So even though we go back to the holiday of Thanksgiving, it's never quite the same. I um, I have distinct memories of Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving, first of all, the holiday. I'm talking about the national holiday. I think it's. I, I don't know how productive it is to set aside a day for Thanksgiving when one group of people has one meaning for it and another group of people has another meaning for it. It's not the national holiday that I was taught that it was. I was taught the way it was supposed to be in somebody's mind and the way Thanksgiving is supposed to work. Everybody nationwide stops whatever they're doing and prays in a Christian way to a Christian God because that's what Abraham Lincoln had in mind. He uh, uh, Lincoln Lincoln it has Abraham Lincoln is one of the most interesting characters in our history, and it's basically because just when you have one idea of him, you find out something else. His action of setting aside Thanksgiving with the language that he used as a national holiday, it confused the constitutional separation of church and state for a lot of people. That every Thanksgiving growing up, there were two things. There were people talking about the things that they were grateful for, but there was also this religious edge. Everybody should be in church and everybody should be giving thanks. It was an anger thing. There was something else underneath it. And all of those states of mind, all of those states of being are basically chemical reactions within us. Um, I want to tell you a little bit about rhesus monkeys. Now, I've talked about rhesus monkeys before. I've talked about a study with rhesus monkeys, but I'm not going to retell you the one I've told you over and over and over. You've seen that one enough, and you've heard that enough from me. Probably, this is a completely different study that I find interesting because we are primates as rhesus monkeys are primates as chimps and gorillas and orangutans and all of the monkeys and the apes. We're all primates just trying to find our way in this world. Humans are evolved not to ride around in cars, but to walk around and hunt. And we pay for uh, every bit of what we call evolution, technology evolution that that brings us to even being able to do something like this. We celebrate it, but it also has a cost in some way. Anyway, these rhesus monkeys, they were studying the monkeys and they wanted to find out something about how their brain works. And so they isolated them and they taught each monkey how to recognize. They brought them together and in a room with mirrors, and then they also separated them with mirrors. And what they discovered was that all of the monkeys, each of the monkeys, was able to distinguish himself in the mirror. Each monkey was able to know, this is my image. That's whatever's happening over there. That's me. And I find that fascinating because it shows that the wiring, the basic wiring is there. We can recognize ourselves in the mirror because somebody explained it to us, but rhesus monkeys can figure that out without it. The chemicals are already there. The neural pathways are already there. That deep in the human brain, we can recognize ourselves and distinguish ourselves from other people. Now, those rhesus monkeys, they also did something else. Each of them, the first thing they did when they figured out that that's me in the mirror, the first thing they did was turn around and look at their butt in the mirror, check out their own rear end. That's something that humans will do as well. It's all brain chemistry. The states of mind that we talk about wanting to foster within ourselves, those we're talking about brain chemistry. When we talk about having creating that as groups, we're talking about using our words in ways that create the same brain chemistry. We use the phrase people of like mind. Well, what did we mean? What I meant was people who use specific practices to change their own brain chemistry. That is to master it. I used to say, if you don't have your emotions, then your emotions have you. If you're not letting yourself have your emotions, if you're not recognizing, not learning about them, then your emotions are in charge, and you don't. The part of you that kind of wants to direct things, it's not in charge anymore. It's the emotions, because the brain chemistry grabs us. Now I want to ask a rhetorical question, just something for you to wonder about. Does anybody have any family weirdness around Thanksgiving? If in fact, we had a little bit of family weirdness. Um, um, we had some traditions, and I want to tell you a little bit about those. Some of my memories. I also want to just point out that holidays is a time when family weirdness will come up. People dread going home for the holidays. Gonna have to hear mom ask me why I'm still single. That kind of stuff. It's all over. It's all over sitcoms. It's all over the stories that we see in movies. All the Hallmark movies. That's all in there. Well, family weirdness shows up at holidays. It also shows up at weddings and funerals. I recently attended a wedding in Kansas City. I actually performed the wedding for my grandson, William. He's my middle grandchild. William and Michaela had a big production wedding, and I hadn't been part of one of those big productions in a long, long time. It was fun. It was a nice time. I saw my first ex-wife for the first time in decades, and I had a completely different experience of her than I had had before, and I hope she had that of me. We're able to have that different experience because we've each, in our own way, whatever our way was, we've become master of our own brain chemistry. We've become master of our own mindset, master of our own, what we call a spiritual awakening is the one that goes through the body. Well, that's the nerve endings. When the brain chemistry hits, of feeling truly grateful, when we let that brain chemistry change, yeah, we feel it throughout our body because we're we're connected through the nerve endings and through um, um, the through our physical self. I have some I have some memories in around a family that are comforting, deeply comforting. I have some that are disturbing, and it can be that way with memories. Uh, Anymore, what I like to do with memories is to think of what it would be like to watch a home movie of it. And you may have watched home movies and found yourself laughing at the furniture you used to have and at the hairstyle that you wore, or that other people wore, the clothes that you used to wear, or that other people wear. You can laugh at those family traumas just the same way once there's a healing taking place. Um, um, anyway, um, when I was a child, we had a practice every Thanksgiving. We would drive to my grandmother's house. It was 4 hours away, and then we moved to a different town, and it was 6 hours away. It was always a long trip on Thanksgiving morning, and then get there just almost right in time for the big family meal in the afternoon. My mom's it was my mother's mother, what we called her Mama. And mom's cousins would be there. Her aunts would be there first, and then her cousins. Our cousins would be there. We only saw them just a few times a year, a few times a year. I, it seemed like a wild day, but I have some distinct memories around the Thanksgiving meal, and one of my strongest memories is when I was 13 years old, and there were no longer enough seats at the child's table, and there was an extra seat at the adult table, and I got promoted. I got promoted to the adult table. Now, I was a little hesitant when they said I was going to go to the to the adult table. I looked at my mom, and my mom was kind of closed mouth, just kind of it looked like she wasn't happy about something, and I thought I knew what it was. She insisted on doing everything with my brother and myself together, even though I was 2 years older. I call it her twins fantasy. She really did not like, I could tell she did not like that I was going to have to sit at the big table and Warren was going to still be over at the kids' table. And it had to be that way because there was a cousin between us. I was the oldest cousin, and then there was my cousin Bill, and then my brother Warren. And so she had no choice. I had to go to the big table, and um, she was quiet, and I know now. I figured that out as an adult that she got overruled that day, and that's what I was seeing on her face. Well, there was another tradition at Thanksgiving. It was the trip home. Our tradition for the trip home was that Mom would process her humiliation and rage over something that her mother said. That's all the way home. If she'd get real quiet, she read. I don't remember her bringing knitting, but I wouldn't be surprised. She just rode along in the car. But then every once in a while, she'd do some venting, and she'd analyze what happened and what her mother said, what Mama had said to her, and her specific beef with her mother is that her mother would say something in a way that you would to a younger child, or she would say something to her that she used to say when Mom was a child, and she would process that humiliation and rage all the way home. And she was planning the whole time to do the exact same thing to me. It's become a long, strong memory. Um, that feeling we can create uh, of being grateful for those early experiences and being grateful for the process of that lets us understand. I need to understand now what happened then, and it's not about anybody doing anything wrong. It's all about where my brain chemistry was and how it got there. Gratitude is one of the feelings that can bring us into the state the state of peace that we're looking for. Thoughts of peace can ignite the same chemicals. Thoughts of generosity when they're genuine and true. Holding thoughts of forgiveness create releases those same chemicals, though there's other chemicals that our brain uses to connect us to other people, to make us feel connected to our group, feel connected. And we use it to feel connected to the universe, feel connected with the divine, feel connected. Those feel connected chemicals get triggered in various ways, and gratitude is a very quick way. I can say thank you and I can really mean it, and that changes me. I can say thank you and I'm just in a hurry, but if it sparks that in you, it's worth saying. And if it's a social lubricant, it matters. The gratitude transforms us individually, but it also transforms us in groups. When we find ways to be grateful and express gratitude to one another, well, we get those same chemicals going, and we become stronger in our spirit. We become master of our own chemicals. We become the master of our own spiritual nature, and having mastery over our chemicals. They mean the same thing to me now. Having mastery over our spiritual nature, having a mature spiritual nature, having a maturity with the brain chemicals. Those are just the same for me. I don't know what that means. The commitment to a spiritual life is a commitment to being responsible for our own brain chemistry, being responsible for the emotional state that we bring to the world, that we bring to others. We call it a mood. We call it an attitude. There's a lot of ways to call it, a lot of things to call it. Changes in latitude, changes in attitude. Well, changes in gratitude are going to bring that change in attitude. Changes in gratitude are likely to have um, uh, they're going to have a result that we may not know about. Now, when we have what we called negative thoughts or negative ideas, what comes to mind always is fear and anger, resentment. That those all have variations, and we all have them, and we need them. They're there for our survival, and there's a reason why we can deal with those just with a breath. Just with the practice of breathing, we teach our own brain, we become masters of our own chemistry when that stuff comes up. Think of fear and anger. I don't think that fear and anger ignite two different sets of chemicals. I don't think that resentment or jealousy or any of the other emotions create different chemicals. The ones that frighten us have fear underneath us, and that's a chemical. And its opposite is a chemical state of not, I guess you would call it no fear. If there were none, then the anger would have no place. The resentment wouldn't be able to find a life. On Thanksgiving, it's interesting to me that Thanksgiving is connected always with the Pilgrims, and that's what we celebrate. That was kind of a religious holiday, and Abraham Lincoln made it stick. But I want to talk just for a second about the Puritans and the Pilgrims and how that applies to us and how that works for us, what we can learn from their experience. The Puritans, uh, all the Pilgrims were Puritans, but not all the Puritans were Pilgrims. Think separatists. If you're a Star Wars fan, if you think of the separatists, the rebellions, the Pilgrims are leaving England because they've lost any hope of being able to practice their religion there. Now, nobody is stopping them from meeting and gathering together to worship. That's the Church of England was held sway, but nobody was stopping them. But the problem with Puritanism is this: if Puritanism is going to work, everybody has to participate. Everybody has to be a Puritan. And what our job as Puritans then, our job is to convert everybody or get them out of here, because if they're not going to convert, they can't be part of this. And the Church of England said no. The citizens of England said no. We're not going to do that. You're not going to have that here. Well, most of the Puritans stayed, but the separatists got on ships, and those became known as the Pilgrims. And so they were coming here for the specific reason of having one religion that everybody has to follow. And we developed a story that said they came here for the religious freedom. They didn't come here for religious freedom. They came here to install a theocracy and to make that work. Well, we can't control what other people think. We can't control how other people handle their brain chemistry. And yet we still have to be in a relationship with them. We still have to be in a working relationship with them. It doesn't work to force other people to believe the way you believe. It doesn't work to try to force other people to see things your way. Democracy and freedom are here to be celebrated, but they also have meanings. That feeling of inner freedom we can get when we allow our bodies and our minds to be attuned is the word, and that is to be flooded with the chemicals that are going to work for us, that are going to create the togetherness that we want. Gratitude that we feel for ourselves transforms our lives. The gratitude that we express to others has the potential to transform the groups we're in, the people we're part of. Humans are built to be in groups, and that goes back way before monkeys even. It's a part of who we are. If we're going to grow, if we're going to expand, if we're going to master our lives and master ourselves, we're going to start with the practices that change brain chemistry. We're in a moment we're going to use meditation. That's one of the that's my central tool, and I think the central tool for mastering one's brain chemistry, for mastering one's human nature, for mastering and bringing into expression what Unity would call the spiritual nature. This Thanksgiving is a good time to remember. Although, every minister of Thanksgiving kind of can have a tendency to lecture, is you be thankful all the time. Well, we don't have a Thanksgiving Day all the time, but this is the opportunity to think about it and to learn. To be the master of your own Thanksgiving is to find that gratitude, and have that change in gratitude that brings the changes in attitude, and then it ignites the other tools of forgiveness, of generosity, and we can't help when we focus our attention on a part of ourselves. We can't help but transform ourselves, and when we do that, we help transform our world. Let's take a moment. I believe I have to open my phone again. It went closed on me. Yes, Stefan, will you bless us with music?
Yes, this is leading into the meditation with
Yes.
I Am So Blessed. So please join in. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. Please join us. I am so blessed. I am so, I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I'm so, I am so grateful for all that I have. I'm so, I am so blessed. I'm so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so,
As we expand into this moment of meditation, contemplation, I invite you to take a deep breath and release it. Do it again. And as you begin to breathe with a steady rhythm, allow each breath to expand that sense of peace within your soul, the deepest part of your brain, the part of you that only says, I am. The part that claims, I am grateful. And the gratitude expands throughout the body. It's the part of you that says, I am whole. And that wholeness can be felt all throughout your being. I am grateful. I am grateful for the people in my life. I am grateful for the people in my life who have taught me, who have guided me, who have helped me even when I didn't want the help. As you can, simply focus on the idea. It may be gratitude for a specific thing, but if you can, just let it be gratitude. Let it be you being grateful. Yes, for what you have, Yes, for what you've had. Yes, for what you've done. But just grateful. Grateful for life, perhaps. Grateful for being. Just keep breathing into it. This is the practice. The human mind is a wonderful thing, and you can use it in so many ways. If you use your breath to master gratitude, you'll live a life where every breath brings gratitude. It's just your practice. I'm grateful for my family that's far away. I'm grateful for all they've taught me. Sometimes I'm grateful they are far away. I'm grateful all the same. I'm grateful for the people I share my house, my home with, the people, the beings. I'm grateful for my puppy. I'm grateful for my wife. I'm grateful for the place we live. I'm grateful for each of you joining us today. I'm grateful for my community and for the people who represent me at the state level, the people who represent me at the national level. I'm so grateful. I'm grateful that our collective brain chemistry works in such a way that there are limits on what people can do to one another. I'm grateful for the capacity to learn, to grow, to understand, to deepen, to strengthen. I'm grateful for you. And now we'll close this meditation time as Stefan blesses us with another song.
Life is like a mountain railroad with an end that's great. We must make run successful from the day to the grave. Watch the curve, years and time, never fall to never fade. Keep your head on the drive and your eyes upon the way. Holy Spirit, thou will guide doing this blissful shore. For the angels all around in this great evermore. Life is like a mountain railroad with an end that's great. Must make the run successful from the grave to the grave. Watch the hills and silence, never to hesitate. Your hand on the throttle and your eyes upon the rain. Holy Spirit, thou will guide us, doing that blissful shore. The angels are in that river, in that river.
Thank you so much, Stefan. Now's the time when we just simply remind one another that Unity of Tacoma is supported through your tithes, your offerings. We've called it a love offering back in the day. It's supporting physically. It's a physical expression of being part of a group that has intentions that further your own intentions and that bless you in some way and that can bless the others in some way. You can donate through the website. You can probably get there through Facebook. I'll take a look at the different ways that you can give. I, I would ask that if Lori has anything, she should come on and add anything. Otherwise, we're going to close out this part and simply have a discussion. We'll open up and have a discussion. Before we do that, do you have anything, Lori?
No, I'm good. Thank you for feeding us today. That was beautiful.
All right. Let's end the YouTube stream then and check in and see if anybody